Well, hello everyone. I'm Christine Mackenzie and I'm the IFLA President in Exile. At least that's how it feels to me at the moment. Dina asked me to do this video and to talk about how I'm spending my day and what I'm learning from this period, and so I'm pleased to do that, and it's lovely to see you all. So I'm sitting here in my little home office. You can see here I've got everything set up. I've got my desktop, and I'm very lucky that I've got some beautiful scenery to look at outside, and it's a lovely sunny day here in Melbourne, so that's really nice. And because I'm retired from full-time work, I don't have to manage a library or manage off-site staff. So in the mornings I get up and try and do some exercise and then have my breakfast and then come up here and do my emails for IFLA and any other work that we might need to do. And then my husband and I usually go for a walk. We'd go for a walk for about an hour around where we live. And then I've been doing jigsaws and things like that. So it's been a very quiet life. Luckily I'm an introvert, and so I don't actually mind being at home. And I've also learned something, that Anna Wintour and I have something in common. Now, I wouldn't have thought that the terribly glamorous Anna Wintour, the editor of Vogue, and I would have a lot in common, but she also wears tracksuit pants at home for work. So I've got my trackies on too. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about, was the impact that it's had on IFLA, the whole lockdown, curfew, whatever you want to call it. And so IFLA, of course, has not been able to, they've had to close their office in The Hague. And so all the staff are working remotely. This seems to be working really well for them, so that's great. And they're having a lot of Zoom calls and things like that. For the governing board, the governance review is still going ahead. We're still working on that. We have lots of Zoom calls, but we would have had to do that anyway because we only meet face-to-face 3 times a year anyway. And we're doing our upcoming governing board meeting on Zoom. It's a bit of a challenge with people living in Australia and the US and North America, well, America and Europe, and finding a time that someone's not having to get up in the middle of the night, but otherwise they seem to be working fine. Of course, the worst thing was that we had to cancel the Dublin conference. We were all terribly disappointed about that, and I know a lot of people are, and it's really tough. It's hard. And it's not the only conference that's been cancelled, of course. There's been a lot of meetings and conferences, national conferences. And us librarians, we like to go and meet people and talk and share our experiences. So I think that's really hard for people. Some of the really good things that have come out of this, though, have been the innovation. I mean, it's incredible to see some of the innovative practices that the libraries are coming up with. And if you're on social media, there's no end of virtual story times and Ask a Librarian sessions and things like that, and lots of tips and tricks, and people are sharing their all their ideas about how to get through this time. And I think also it's improving our virtual meeting skills. Just shows that we don't really have to fly around the place and use up all those air miles and be hard on the planet. Maybe we can think of new ways of working, and we'll get more used to this sort of work. And working from home too. Obviously, if in a library there are more limited opportunities for working from home, but it's proving that people can work from home. Terrible things are happening though. I mean, having to close libraries, I know that was just heartbreaking for everybody. It's so against what we want to do. We want to provide services to the community. And to have to close libraries, that was the hardest thing. It really was. The effect on colleagues, fortunately in Australia it seems that at least people with permanent positions haven't been put off yet, but I know that that's not the case everywhere. So people are losing their jobs, being stood down. People who work casually aren't being called in, and they've lost that income. So that's really impacting on our colleagues. And as I mentioned before, I think it's really sad about how many meetings have had to be cancelled. People put a lot of effort into these sort of things, and it's sad. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick tour and show you. So I've showed you the outside, and now I'll show you where I try and do my morning exercise every day. Is down here. So outside we've got a stepping machine and a bicycle. Oh, that's the barbecue. And then over here is what I do in the afternoon. And I haven't been having a whole lot of luck with my jigsaws because I'm finding pieces are missing. But anyway, this is where I've got to with this one. So that was my little talk about what I'm doing during the pandemic, and I hope you're all keeping well, and look forward to seeing you all sometime soon. Bye.